Now you'll see what I mean. We received this from Sue Minersman. I haven't seen her yet today, and it's not the only letter we get, but it's probably the one that touched me the most. And we get a lot of comments about the event over the years, and it wouldn't go on without all you guys, obviously. And like I said, I'm going to read this to you. It says, "Dear Rick, Karen, Ma, and the rest of the Corley family, just wanted to personally thank you again for an amazing time with the Sandy Corley Memorial Run this year. I'm always in awe at the generosity of the biker community, the incredible amount of work of the volunteers, and what I can only imagine the behind-the-scenes logistics involved in pulling this event together. I too was touched by this horrible disease almost 9 years ago when my brother called and told me that he was taking my father into the emergency room because he was having trouble speaking. My worries of him suffering from a stroke were multiplied tenfold when we were told that it was it's a brain tumor. I don't know the name, but glioblastoma. Anyways, we were told there was no cure, and at best he had 8 to 12 months to live. We lost him, unfortunately, in 3 months. I'm also touched tremendously by the testimonial of the father speaking about the struggles of his son he had endured since his diagnosis. I stood in the crowd with tears streaming down my face, thanking God that this young man has been spared. I also keep thinking about how proud my dad would have been, knowing that we are here to continue the fight against cancer. I hope that this charity can continue for many years to come, and can only imagine how many lives that have been touched by the hard work, generosity of everyone involved. I thank you all for the dedication and the unimaginable hours that your family contributes to the cause as a memory of a dear husband, father, and grandfather. God bless you all." Now that kind of goes on to everybody here. That was sent, of course, to us, but I hope you guys realize that this is as much to you as it is to anybody. So again, thank you guys all so much for helping out and coming up to this event. This is my part, so some of it, I just kind of want to start off with a few statistics this year. Last year, the hog auction, we did $17,000. This year we did $20,235. So last year, the bike raffle, we did $47,080. This year we did $62,090. Yeah! Now keep in mind, everything was up this year in line of costs and stuff like that. So keep in mind, like I said, that entertainment was up this year. A few things, the beer tent was slightly down. The benefit bash was slightly down. And then, unfortunately, the cost of the Sandy Corley Memorial Run keeps rising. Fortunately, we're able to overcome some of the attendance, and then, of course, sponsors and what have you. The expenses incurred are more than what we're actually able to donate, believe it or not, unfortunately. The bands, so on and so forth, they keep rising in costs. A lot of it's because of the casinos and stuff like that, but like I said, we try to put on good entertainment best we can. Everyone involved in the organization, or organizing the event, we all have kind of a common interest. Try to save everywhere we can, and kind of what I've said in the past, you know, if we save $100 somewhere, granted that's not a huge amount, but times that by 10, or I'm sorry, by 100, that's 10 grand we just saved. So I mean, we kind of look at it that way. The whole group does that way, and like I said, we do everything possible to try to save money in every way. You know, of course, for us, this event touches all our lives. Unfortunately, cancer's touched just about everybody's lives in this room, and unfortunately, that's what we're dealing with nowadays. Maybe someday we'll find a cure, so we won't have to do this event. We can find something else. So, volunteers, there's such a huge part of saving money in this event. You know, again, we keep the expenses to a minimum with volunteers. Again, just thank you to everyone that helps in any way. From selling the tickets that we send you guys, and every spring we send you guys, 10 tickets. It's amazing how many we get back. The bash, putting the bash on, people that put that on, we appreciate it. Set up in the campground, I mean, Rick was saying that the setup was just unbelievable this year. And of course, during the event, I mean, this year we had a lot of help this year. To everyone that hasn't helped in the past and hasn't volunteered, I feel, and I think most people that volunteer, I think you're missing out big time. Being a volunteer, it's not just enjoyable, it's also gratifying. You have no idea how gratifying it is if you haven't done it. extremely necessary to put this event on and for us to continue the event and also be profitable. Anyone that can give us just a couple hours, I know that isn't a lot of time when you're there for 4 days. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you wouldn't imagine how much just that 2 hours does to help us out. Help somebody else, you know, they're there for, instead of 4 hours, they're only there for 2, and they can go have fun too. So, and like I said, being a volunteer it is a lot of fun besides. Last year, at the conclusion of the event, we had a grand total of $95,112.67. I know a lot of you guys came to the event last year. We actually had a very nice last-minute donation that put us up to $118,000 for last year's event. We don't know about the last-minute donations until about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, but I did get a little more. So Tom DeVorsey, I know he doesn't like to be talked about or mentioned or anything like that, but Tom stepped up. This year, I actually had a total here, but it's incorrect now, which is not all bad. The cumulative total this year is $1,304,242.83. I know you guys are all wanting to know how much the check is for. And Meg, you want to help me out? Barb?
That's my life. That's my helmet.
Is that right?
That's my bike and my helmet.
Wow, that's appropriate.
Can you say wow?
Wow!
Oh, you're not supposed to. No. No, you go that way. As you can tell, we had to add to it. But this year's total is $110,000. Not bad for the bad economy and everything else. I just want to say one last thing. You know, I mentioned before how much we appreciate everything, and you guys have no idea how much we do appreciate it. The time, the dedication, you know, everything you guys do for this event, we sure appreciate it. It definitely means more than I can ever express in words. There's no doubt about it. Along with, I know I'm speaking for my family when I say that. About the best I can say is, the best I can come up with anyways, is thank you guys so very much for everything. So, we appreciate it. Unfortunately, like I said before, cancer touches us all way too much, and I know Karen will actually say that they do a nice job here, very nice job. I'm proud to say that Karen's a cancer survivor, and by the way, Nina was one of her doctors, and again, she does a great job. We're very happy. So, again, thanks everybody. I asked my family, I don't know if anybody was interested in standing up and saying something. I never got any takers, but you're all welcome to say something, or anyone else in the crowd. If you guys, anybody would like to say anything, you're welcome. If not, I'm going to introduce Rich. Where Rich went? Rich Corley. Rich is our director of the Fremont Harley Owners Group. Oh, you, man.
Well, again, I'd like to say thank you for everybody that stepped up and volunteered, whether it was just a couple hours or there's a lot of it's just been literally weeks and weeks working on this event. It was about 17 years ago when somebody asked me to go on a bike ride one day, and they said, we want to go on a poker run, and I had to look at him and say, well, what's a poker run? Never been on one before, didn't have a clue. And that was the 6th Sandy Corley Memorial Run. Didn't have a clue what I was getting into back then. That day it was just a little ride. The next year was a little bit more of a ride. Somebody asked me to volunteer a few hours here and a few hours there. Well, now it gets to be a year-long event. I'm proud to be a part of this. Cancer has touched me in many ways. I lost my father to cancer. I was 17 at the time. I lost my father-in-law to cancer. Many of my friends have gone to cancer. With today's technology, you know, people are winning it. And my sister was diagnosed a couple years ago with breast cancer. She's cancer-free at this moment. And that being one of the survivors out there, several of the people I know that have had cancer and with the good treatment that's out there now are surviving. So we don't have to say, you know, I lost this friend, I lost that friend. And then, again, I just want to say I'm really happy to be part of this. I'd like to thank everybody that helps with it. And that, on behalf of Fremont Harley Owners Group, thank you.
This event definitely wouldn't go on without the Harley Owners Group, I don't feel anyways, and it means much to us, obviously. On a brighter note, the event we've had at Double J for the last few years, actually been quite a few years now. I don't know where there's Dave. How many years have we been with you guys now? 5 now? I want to personally thank you guys very much. Again this year, Double J's been great to work with over the years. Like I said, along with again many others, but like I said, definitely without their facility, it'd be tough to have the event. So again, I just want to say something to you guys. We appreciate it. Didn't want to single out any particular group or organization this year. I just want to say a sincere thank you to everybody. We appreciate it, except for Double J. I singled them out. But anyway. I'm done.
Again, from Mercy Health Partners and from the Johnson Family Center for Cancer Care, we're just so humbled that all of you do all of this for us and for the many, many family members and patients that we care for every day. I'm not complaining. It's not easy work, and the staff is here, and I hope you get to meet some of them. But I'm just so proud of our staff for what they do every single day that we're open. And what you do for us just makes it that much easier. My only disappointment is that I didn't win the bike race.
Actually, you did. We threw your ticket away.
I'm kind of glad I didn't have to ride behind the horse. I couldn't find that. But again, we're just so humble and proud and thankful for all of you friends. It's just fun for me to watch how you support this family and this event. And I like to kind of think that you support us as well. And you do, and we're so grateful for it. So let's just go outside and have a good time. So enjoy yourself and enjoy the food. And we'll see you again next year. Thank you all so much.